Recording now?
Yeah. I was just pressing start record on the video feed. That's all. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Welcome to the couple shift.
Hey, babe.
Hey, love.
How's it going?
It's going great.
So yes,
It's a good day today.
Happy New Year to everybody. We are still in the process of getting back into our schedule.
We've been in this process for a while.
It's been a month of change.
Yes.
Getting things situated.
And from a cosmic perspective, there have been a lot of energetic changes happening. So
Cue the music.
I'm not surprised. Hello, friends.
Welcome to the Couple Shift.
I'm Maria Leandra.
And I'm Jules.
And we are a husband and wife team on a mission to shift the way we live our lives and co-create what really matters.
We don't always agree, but together we're figuring it out.
Thank you for joining us. We're so glad you're here. So, babe, I like that I'm closer to you now.
You know, you're too close for comfort.
What, do you want me to move this one?
No. Oh, yeah. I wanted you to bring it a little bit closer.
I'm in the darkness.
What do you mean you're in the darkness?
This camera.
Oh, the secondary camera?
Darker.
Your camera?
The tertiary camera.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Look at you all illuminated and bright, and then me, I'm like in the shadows.
Well, okay. So I don't know. I don't know. I do know. We're in our new setup, as you guys can see.
You can also see he has no mustache.
I have no mustache.
He looks like a full drink of water. I love the mustache too, but I gotta tell you, I've been digging this face a lot.
Yeah, I did. I shaved. So
You look so hot.
Okay.
No, I'm serious.
Okay.
But, I mean, I can feel it. The pheromones.
So as I was saying, we've been getting situated here at our new place, and figuring out how we're gonna get back to recording live, and not recording live and recording video. This one's not live. We're just
because we did. We were on the whole Facebook, YouTube, live everywhere.
Yeah,
we went from 30 days of doing every single day, including weekends.
Yes.
To
shut down.
Crickets.
Yeah.
Shut down.
We shut the studio down for a little bit. But we're gonna get back to that. Not every day, but we're gonna get back to being more consistent on our shows.
Yeah.
Once we're just trying to get our feet situated with everything and just feeling comfortable, and it's been a little bit difficult to get that set up, just because of all the stuff that we've been doing.
And we have so many moments that it's like, oh my god, this would be great for the podcast.
No, that's one of those things of like, where we're having conversation and we're like, why are we not recording this?
We wish we had like a little mobile studio and just click record. Like, here we go.
I mean, we kind of do if you really think about it, and then we can analyze it, but we just don't do it.
Yeah.
You know?
You mean like our phones?
Yeah, our phones, or that recorder that I have, and
totally, we definitely have them.
We should probably just leave that recorder in the car, plugged in with the mic, because I can
24-hour feed.
This, and then when we have
do you think people would want to watch that on Twitch?
No, not to watch the video. Oh, well, nice.
We could have a 24-hour feed.
People watch a lot of things.
Everything on Twitch.
Yes. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. People watch a lot of things. So. So it's just been frustrating in the sense of like, oh my god, we could totally use this, or we could have totally talked about this, and then we forget,
or we forget, or it's just like not like the magic of that moment, whatever was like that like particular juiciness of it.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, then you talk about it again, it's like, oh, well, we're gonna talk about
it lost its flair from the moment. So this new setup is, you're like right on top of me.
I know.
I don't know if I like this.
I love it.
It's so much that like
it's very intimate.
Camera 1 and camera 2 and camera 3. It's no matter what, you're gonna be in all the shots.
I'm always here.
All of them.
Everywhere, as it should be.
As it should be. Yeah, because look, even this one, you're
there too.
I know. So. Sorry, I got something in my throat.
I'm glad that I thought there would be mic interference or something.
I don't know, there probably is. I mean, it doesn't sound like it, but again, it's we're working with it. We're working with it. We're flowing with it, and we'll get this down packed.
I love it. I love it.
So, babe, Skylar's back into school. Thank God. That's the other thing that was always making it harder.
Man, that kid.
Huh?
The kid.
He's an amazing boy.
Yeah, and many times we just don't know how to handle. He's he's an
interesting bloke.
He's a lot of things. He's super delicious. But yes, the personality on that kid, as we've said many times, is off the charts.
Yes.
And the things he will say to us, and the way he rationalizes things or tries to find the way around things, or
he's an enabler.
The things he comes up. And you know what? This morning, he was getting something from the fridge that was too high. So he was like, "Mommy, I can't get that from the fridge." I was like, "Oh, I'll help you, baby." So I go over, I get it. And then he goes, "Mommy, you're a superhero. I love you."
Oh,
and I'm like,
enabler,
just buttering me up.
That's what he does.
You little piece of.
And then he goes, "I have an idea," and it's always something of like playing something or getting something or whatever.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
It's always the case. So he's an enabler.
One of my favorite things that he says is when, for example, he's like, "Mommy, ¿qué esto? What is this?" And I tell him the name, and he goes, "Oh, that's a good name." Oh, that's a good name. Like it's up to him to decide whether what the thing is called.
He approves. Is what you're basically saying.
Which in his world, it's very much how things are.
That's how things work.
That's how things work.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what's been happening in the car lately.
All right. So, not to bring down the mood, but I mean, my condition continues to progress. And I've been feeling, and it's weird because I don't know if it's necessarily because all the stuff that we've been doing, because I don't like to sit around.
Yeah.
I really don't.
They don't call him Mr. High Octane for nothing.
Yeah. So making it more frustrating that.
And I gotta say, I say this to your face all the time, but I really admire you. I know he's like cringing. I can't stand it. Please don't tell me how great I am. I really admire him because it takes an extraordinary effort for him to attempt to do anything.
Yeah.
And he will go for stuff, or when he needs to ask for help, he asks for help. And you don't have any energy of like victim, or you're just like very clearly like, ask for what you need.
Yeah.
I admire that. But what I'm saying I admire is that you really like, when you want to do something, you find the way to do it. And it's like this creative thing all the time where you're like, okay, well, how do I figure out how to do this thing, hold that thing, move that thing, open that thing. And also like, it's like this dance of, hey, mama, can you help me here? Can you open this? And then you go back to your thing, and it flows in a way that's like, and it's hard. Like we're both like, like we got this like emotions in the chest all the time. Like, oh my God, this is actually happening. But in day-to-day life, babe, you and I have got this flow, and I give you props for being so resilient.
Yes. It's been very difficult. It's one of the things that we've talked about is the fact that like just this setup here alone, it's one of those things that like, yeah, I can probably tell her, okay, I want you to put it here, 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 but I'm like, no, I want to do it. And sometimes I'm like, no, because me trying to explain it, I won't, we'll have a communication block, which is something that we're growing through, where we're talking to each other. And I mean, it just happened with the power switch.
Yeah.
Where the power switch. You see, there we go. The
power strip.
The power strip, where I was like, oh, let's attach it here, and you're like, oh, this black one, and you were holding up something else like a power converter or whatever. And I'm like, no, the power strip, and she's like, yeah, I know, there's a black one, right?
There's a power strip right here, and it's black. That's what I'm talking about.
But the thing is, you were holding the black cable, and I just looked at that, right? And so this is something which is a nice segue to the conversation about the car. So I'm not driving as much, which I also get frustrated because the other thing that always, even my friends as in high school and in college always knew, I always drove.
Yeah,
I always loved driving. I love driving out. You know, I was the wheelman in video games and everything. I just love driving, and it's been harder and harder. I still do it because I still go to physical therapy and I drive myself there. On another note, I finally start OT, occupational therapy, which is great because that's what I need. Because it's my hands, you know.
We were waiting for
that team to get back. Way long time, but finally, got an occupational therapist. I guess there's a shortage everywhere. I don't know.
Yeah. So if anybody's in OT school, go get him.
Hey man, go get him, man.
Miami needs you.
We got plenty of PTs. We need OTs. Yeah. That's what we need.
Do we have plenty of PTs?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's tons of PTs. Everybody goes to PT.
OTs,
nobody goes to OT.
OTs.
All right. So, anyways. You've been driving more, which is weird to me because I hate sitting in the passenger seat, and I've been getting better at it. I've been getting, for the most part, but there are moments that I get like anxiety and frustration because it's like, why are you not doing this, or why are you here, or why aren't you hitting the brakes, or why aren't you accelerating, or why aren't you, and whatever, and it's something we came to the realization. Literally, was it yesterday or the day before? We're driving back to the house.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, it was yesterday. And I was telling you, okay, you're going to make a left. You're going to go straight and then make a left on 8th Street, whatever. And what she ends up doing is just making a left on the first road on Flagler instead of what I had literally just said seconds before. And I was like, what just happened? And what we realized was where our mind is prioritized when we drive is a little bit different. So yeah, I'm not saying that she's aloof as she's driving and just in the clouds, but I guess everybody has a priority system.
Yeah.
That's what I feel, because I have like a priority system when I'm driving, when I'm doing something else, whatever the case. And my number one priority is, first of all, obviously the people around me as I'm driving, so I don't get in a car accident, right? And I'm paying attention. But 2 is, how am I getting from point A to point B?
Here's what's coming up for me, because in that moment, so I was making what would have been like my ordinary left. Like my brain had already decided.
And that's another thing. I'm sorry, but I never take that light.
Right. And that's what I would do.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, we're leaving this little shopping area. And then I'm like, all right, I would always make a left there. So I was already like, my brain clicked into, okay, left here. And then you said, go straight. And I was like, oh, okay. And then you were at the time.
Right. I was going to say, yeah.
You were making a call. You put it on speaker. We were still stopped there. You put it on speaker so that I could talk. It was something about Skylar's school.
Yeah.
And then what happened with my brain is it went into the default programming.
You were like, oh,
I'm going to make a left.
Oh, crap.
You
threw something on my plate and I wasn't expecting it.
It wasn't anything confusing. I was just like, all right, we're making a left.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I just literally told. And I said, yeah, but because.
Literally just told her.
But because my brain was then like, and by the way, I mean, whatever anybody thinks about multitasking, I'm really good at multitasking. But in that moment,
no, you're 10 times better than I am.
And
I can't do
multitasking. You're not. It's apparently it's a fallacy. You can't really multitask because your brain actually can only process the one thing at a time. So you're basically what you're doing is like switching
just jumping
gears
back
between one thing and the other.
Exactly.
So let's just say I'm really good at switching and jumping from one thing to the next. But there's a lot of things going on. So when I'm driving, of course, my priority is driving. But what comes up for me now is that your priority when driving is optimizing your drive. That word optimizing came up. And for me, it's about like, okay, how do I get there? But in your mind, it's like a video game of like, how can I optimize
what's the fastest and
my drive?
Where can I get the highest score?
Right. So he is a master at finding the shortcuts, the back roads, I don't want to take the expressway, so I'm going to take surface streets. And I get lost because I'm like, give me a Google map so that I can find my way.
In my previous life, I was probably like a taxi driver or something. I can figure out. You throw me somewhere, at least in Miami, but and even in other places, once I get used to it, you throw me somewhere so randomly, I can figure out my way quickly without using a phone, without using a map or whatever, and just be like, all right, this is the surface streets, this is the roads. Okay, I see what I got to do. And boom.
So your brain is constantly optimizing and so when that happened.
And I'm just thinking about that.
He's like, babe, but where? And I was like, oh, I I went into the default mode because that's what my brain had already decided to make the left. And he was like, but I can't understand. So we have this really philosophical conversation in the car about brains and how they prioritize things. And
then it happened again in a different way, which we'll get to in a second. So I want to finish this part about what happened with that making the left and what the logic going into it for me is.
This isn't even critical. Like we're just,
yes, right. It's not. But the logic for me of going down A Street, and I explained it to you at that moment. I go, look, the reason why I wanted you to go straight is, first of all, that road has a little bit less lights to where we need to get to the expressway and the on-ramp to the expressway. You don't have to wait for a light. It's to make a right.
This is riveting.
I know. It's stupid, but I'm just trying to explain. I know it's boring, but I'm trying to explain what's going on in my mind. This is the high score thing. This is faster. This is more efficient. Whatever. Yes. That's what I'm thinking always when I'm driving. Is like, okay, how do I get from point A to point B in the fastest way with the least amount of traffic?
Because fast makes it sound like you're
not speeding. Just the most efficient way. Let's get there. Yeah. Whatever. Okay. Or the most pleasant way as well too. It's a combination. Yeah. Because like, for example, like one of the main roads by our house, we don't like taking it sometimes, most of the time, because it's just a ruckus.
Yeah.
It's just, and the people that are on it tend to be a little crazy. A little cray. So there's another road that we could take that's a little bit more calm. It's calmer, less lights, and and most of the time it's probably even faster. But whatever, doesn't matter. That's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
Okay. So then here's the other problem that I noticed that I picked up. Is it a
problem?
It is. This one is a little bit of. The other one is fine. You were just programmed. This one can be a problem. And it was when we went to Home Depot. Do you remember what happened? So, and I realized this, and it's something that, and this is not sexist. It's just a fact. I'm sorry. It's true. Okay.
Yeah, but I think this is actually a plus at times.
Well, not at that time. Women tend to drive by landmarks. This is nothing sexist. It's just every woman I've come into contact with
that's how our
that
brain
is driving.
Works.
Yes. I think it's just a visualization thing. I follow the grid. I understand the grid more, or understand how the roads work more in that sense. I'm looking at that. I'm not looking at objects to be like, oh, I want to go there, so I'm just going to go here. So there is a section going to the Home Depot where you go underneath the expressway, and then you got to keep going a little bit, and there's a light, and you make a right, and whatever, and you continue, and you get there. Great, right? You saw the Home Depot or the sign or the IKEA. It was one of the stores nearby. Right, it was one of the stores that was nearby, and you're like, oh, I got to go here, and I make a right, where I had to go and raise my voice and go, no, honey, got to keep going straight, because she was about to get on the turnpike on the expressway, and it was just because she looked at the landmark that she was like, oh, that's where I know I got to go as a guiding light, as a guide
but
marker,
here's the
right?
Thing, though,
and to make that right.
And I've said this to you before. So a couple days earlier, I had gone to Home Depot myself and I had made the turn correctly. No problem, no issue.
So what happened there?
I feel pressure when you're sitting in the passenger seat because you are constantly like driving through me. I feel like you want to embed a chip in my head and you think about where you want to go. Yeah. Wow. And you that sounds funny and creepy.
It is.
Where all of you want to like a video game, like you're driving me like a video game.
Yeah, since the high score thing, right?
I feel this like pressure, and so I think I short circuit and make poor decisions because I'm under pressure. And does anybody else feel this way when you're driving and somebody else who has like a certain way of driving or a certain way to get there and has an opinion about, because in that case, yes, there's lots of moments when it's like you catch me before I do something stupid, right. Which by the way, when I'm driving by myself, I do not do that many stupid things, but when I'm with you, I'm like,
yeah, but yes, I understand.
But there are lots of other times when you're like, speed up or slow down.
Yes.
Or like, okay, yesterday we're getting on an on-ramp that I've gotten on, I don't know, 7 million times in my life since I've lived in Miami. And he's like, oh, this here is a crazy merge. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, what is this? Like, I know this.
I can't help
I've
it.
been here.
I can't help it.
Oh, babe, this here's a crazy merge. Like, watch out. I'm like, wow.
I can't help it.
So we're both getting,
learning.
And by the way, I
got
gotta confess, it's actually not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I was.
What do you mean? Oh,
like what's happening? No, what's actually the your responses and what's happening between us in the car.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was going to be worse because, of course, I was.
That's what I'm saying. I felt like I've been doing a little bit better.
Yes, we were preparing ourselves both mentally to the moments when I would start driving more.
Yeah.
And so I was like, "This is gonna suck. This is gonna suck, and it's gonna like, we're not gonna stop fighting."
Okay.
But we don't fight that much anyway, or it's like quick. We just run through things quickly now. We like talk them through, cycle it out, and we're good.
You mean in driving wise, not like it? Oh, and everything?
Oh yeah.
No.
We used to fight.
We used to
with,
fight
like
on stupid stuff, and hold it.
Or
for
I
a
would
while.
just give you the silent treatment. I wouldn't know how to process it.
Yes.
I'm a different woman now.
Oh.
I'm evolved. I'm confident.
Yes.
I'm courageous.
Yes. No,
things don't get me like they used to.
Yes, no, absolutely.
So,
I agree.
But yeah. I thought you were gonna be worse, and a lot of times I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of times it's funny. It's just funny, and I know you're cringing in there, and I know you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, I really,
and
it's something that I think over time I'll be a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be much more comfortable, but it's because I think it's. Especially since I still can do it.
Yes.
I still can do it. And I think maybe that's why I'm like, or my mind always thinks I can do anything.
Yeah. And one thing I will say from the caretaker perspective, and anybody out there who is in this position where you're in support of somebody who really needs your support, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a moment, I remember, this was like last week, when we really like got into it because you were telling me like, well, do this or do that, and when I was driving, and you were getting so frustrated, and I was like, I'm on the same boat. Like, I'd rather you drive, actually. I love driving, by the way. I love driving. I love long drives. But when we're in the car together, I'm totally cool with Jules driving, and I can just like talk to him and zone out and listen to music and whatever, check my phone,
Instagram. And all that stuff.
So I'm like, we're both going through the same thing. Like, obviously, in the sense that we didn't ask for this. I was like, you know what? F you. Like, I did not ask for this either. And so you don't get to be frustrated at me. Like, be frustrated at the thing that we're both against. Like, we're a team together, and ALS is on the other side. Be frustrated at that.
And I am.
But, no kidding. But I'm talking about when you...
I don't.
But I'm saying, like, when I sense frustration towards me, almost like you get upset at me, and I'm like, I didn't ask for this either.
Right. No, but I'm not trying.
And I'm just, babe, I'm being on. I'm just sharing a vulnerable thing here.
Okay.
I'm not doing.
I thought you calling me out. I'm like, I'm not trying to be nasty.
I'm being honest here because this is what we're about.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm sure this is something that other people feel, whether it's driving or doing stuff around the house. There's certain things that people like the way they're done. And when somebody else gets to support you through it, we're all shifting and changing. And so the acknowledgement that both parties are in a similar situation, obviously going through different things, but it's a similar situation of like, damn, I was like, inside I was like, I did not ask for this. Like, you do not get to. And at that point you were just having a really, really shitty day. So yeah. I also get that. And I give you space to have your frustration, of course. And, but at times I'm like, no. I feel like we get to call each other out when it's something that's like outside of, it's not supportive. It's like, this does not make us work better as a team. On the contrary. Mm-hmm. So how do we both of us share the frustrations we have so that it doesn't impact the other person like a blame? That's the difference.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you air it out from the standpoint of, I'm just really frustrated right now. I'm sorry. It's not at you, whatever. Just, it's that kind of thing where it's like, where is your frustration directed to? Because it's easiest to direct it to the people closest to us.
Right.
And then the same goes for me. Like, I'll be frustrated sometimes, and I'm sure you feel like, well, I'm sorry, I didn't ask for this. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's like, we're just kind of like, we got to figure it out. And so I just wanted to share that because I felt like What?
Nothing. You got a lot of stuff off your chest there.
Do you feel bad now?
I don't feel bad.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't feel bad.
Why do you do this to me? Ay, padre.
I'm messing with you. I understand. I totally get it.
No, and this isn't about apologies or anything. I'm just saying, like, let's, real talk.
Real talk. That's all we're about.
Speaking of real talk.
Here we go.
Next episode, we're going to choose our word of the year. We forgot about that. Next episode. I was going to say next year. Next episode, word of the year is coming.
Didn't I kind of hint at it already? Or no?
No.
Who did I talk to about this?
Oh.
Was it Dr. Tom?
Oh.
I don't remember. I thought I talked about it and I had an idea of what my word would be.
You told me you had an idea. But
and now I don't remember.
Yeah, no. I don't.
I'm going to have to really think about this. Yeah. Oh, I thought I did. Okay. Then I think it was maybe Tom that I spoke with about this. I can't remember what it is.
Well, it's okay. It'll come. You should do the meditation that is available in podcast form. The one I did for Natalie's podcast.
Oh, I'm
good.
Totally confused.
It's really good. You should do it.
Go ahead and give it a shout out. What is it?
Yeah,
Natalie's.
yes.
What's her podcast?
Yeah, it's Natalie Calzadilla. If you just go to my Instagram account, go watch the latest video on IGTV, which I talk about the importance of the word of the year if you're interested in this. And then you can find the link there.
Nice.
To hop on it. It's really, really good. I've gotten a lot of great feedback from it.
Great.
Are we done?
I think you got something else you wanted to bring up? You wanna air anything else?
You look like a puppy that's been beaten down. No, that was not the intention.
No, it's not. Listen, I'm still getting used to this setup. And I feel that you're a little too close to me.
I know. You keep moving back and I keep inching forward.
You keep hovering on top. Look, now you're moving the table.
Everything. All the things.
Can you, let's.
I was going to say that earlier because every time I'm talking to you, you're like, you move back.
Because I feel like you're coming.
Am I invading your space?
You're invading my space a little bit. Just a little bit.
Look at you. You're like.
I'm being honest. I love you.
I love you.
I loved our old setup, even though people said you guys are so far apart. I'm like, we're always on top of each other.
Feedback from someone.
We are always on top of each other. So let's.
We're always on top of each other. We have no issue with personal space.
We don't have issue with personal space.
In this instance, but when I am in the zone.
I like to have. Listen, if
I'm poking the zone bubble.
You're poking the zone bubble. If even in my personal camera, you're in my shot. And then I'm in your.
Put your personal again. Put your personal again.
Oh, okay. I gotta set up the hotkeys. You see, constantly hovering. And look, I can't even get out of yours. So it's It's
am I a wife that hovers? Generally speaking, no, absolutely not.
No.
On a hover meter, 1 to 10. Be honest.
On a hover meter. Depends on what we're doing.
In general, babe, you can do this.
Okay, fine.
Not right now. You'd be like 12.
4.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
You 6.
I hover on you.
Yeah. Babe, did you close the door? Babe, did you? I have been known to. Oh my God. Okay.
Well, okay. I'm glad you just said that. Because listen to what she's done at our new place already. Twice. She's opened the door to the front door of the house and left the damn keys on the door overnight. Twice.
No, once overnight. Second time was just 10 minutes.
It doesn't matter. That's the point. And so why do I hover when these situations? Because you are aloof on those things. That straight up, you don't prioritize at all.
No.
And I prioritize it maybe too much, but I'm glad I do because I got to overcompensate for you.
He overcompensates.
So I have to be like, babe, did you lock the door? Babe, did you take the keys? Babe, did you do this? Did you lock your car door?
Oh my
do that.
God, it's too funny.
Because it's like, I know what she's done. She did it at the old place. You did it at the old place, and you've done it several times at that place.
4.
The difference is
in 15 years. That's not too bad. I
feel like it's more. It doesn't matter. The point is,
yes, you're 0. So
exactly, that's the whole point. I am 0 on leaving the keys on the front door. Okay, you are 5.
Yeah, but then you hide keys. But see, what you do then is you hide keys.
Yeah, hide
and
keys.
Then you can't find him.
That's fine.
You can't find him. We go on a trip. He'll hide the car keys, and then he's like, "Where did I put the car keys?"
Why?
I don't know. We can't turn the car on.
Most of the time, it's in a simple place. I know where it is.
So well.
Well, good.
Okay, I'm gonna finish with this.
All right, go.
We're dishing. We're not dishing, but
no, it's fine. It's good. It's good. It's something that I wanted to make sure we discuss because it happened recently.
This is in that same line.
All right,
go. Okay, so Skylar, this morning, I'm getting ready to go. Well, we're out the door to go to school, and I forgot the car keys.
That's another thing that she does.
And Skylar goes, "Mommy, you kind of forget a lot of things when we go out."
When the kid sees it, it's a fact that you need to do something about it.
A lot of times. And he goes, "Yeah, a lot of times."
He said, "Yeah, a lot of times."
Yeah.
He did. And it's funny because now the Ring doorbell,
called me out.
I have to disarm it because I'm losing my mind sometimes where it's like she'll come in and come out, come in and it's like someone's at the door, someone's at the door.
I think my record was the other day.
It was like 4 or 5 times.
Like 4 times.
I'm like, are you leaving or what? Times. It's like I left my sunglasses, I left the keys, I left my wallet, I left my phone,
I left my mask.
I got her a watch. I got her a Samsung watch, and just so it vibrates when the phone's too far away.
It was really the present. The present was for him. I absolutely love it. But then he's like, now you're not going to miss my calls. And I was like,
because that's the other thing is that she doesn't.
This is a convenience gift for you.
Because the best gifts help out everybody.
Okay.
No, I got it because I liked it, and I thought you would. I mean, I liked it for you. I thought you would like it. It's something that you would
absolutely love it. I friggin' love it. Yes.
So but anyways, I love you, baby.
I love you, my dear.
I think we'll go ahead and end it on that note before we forget anything else. And you're in my spot again. Always invading my space. Guys, make sure to rate, review, and subscribe.
Yes. We'll see you next time for Word of the Year. Woohoo.
Very soon, too.